So I was in the US on and off from 8 to 25. I spent a little bit of time in London because I'm a half Brit, half American. And I also spent a little bit of time in Costa Rica. So it was on and off. The US was my main base, but I would spend some time in different parts of the world. So I'm a very international person. My name is Jake Erder. I was born in Hong Kong. When I was about 8 years old, my parents moved my older brother and I to the United States, where I spent a majority of my life. Full time, I moved back here about a year ago to work in the F&B scene and work at this bar called Dead End. Yeah, I really enjoy Hong Kong. I find it's a great city of East and West. There's a lot of expats here in Hong Kong. You don't feel kind of the odd man out. I feel like it's a very welcoming city. In Hong Kong, within a quick maybe 30 to 45 minute MTR or bus ride or taxi ride, you can be in nature, you can be out hiking, you could go out to Mui Wo to mountain bike, which actually I did yesterday with a bunch of different bartenders here in Hong Kong. You could be kayaking out in Cheung Chau, you could be at the beach. You don't really need to be stuck in the city. I never found that really in a lot of US cities. It would take a lot longer to get into nature, and nature is a big part of my life. I find it makes a great work-life balance. You don't have to be working all the time without enjoying what kind of this earth. I moved from Hong Kong to a town of about 2,000 people, and it was all Americans who were generationally in that town. So I went from a school here with South Africans, local Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, to white Americans. And they have a different perspective on life. They understand, or people here have a different perspective on life. They understand that there's a world outside of Hong Kong, and there's more culturally going on here. You can eat food from every single country in the world, basically. While in my hometown, it was very whitewashed, it was very Americanized. I think the most attractive part about Hong Kong, especially being in F&B, is even though it's such a big city, it's actually very small. I kind of jokingly say to a lot of my friends, Hong Kong Island especially is kind of like a university city. You could be walking around in Soho or Kennedy Town and you could bump into 20 different people that you know. Even though it seems like a big city, it's a really small city. In the past year, I've really fallen in love with the outer islands because it's, in my opinion, depending on where you are, it's very localized and it's a lot cheaper than living in Hong Kong Island. And you're also out in nature. But again, I really love Hong Kong Island for places like Kennedy Town. When I was about 8 years old, my parents took over an apartment in Kennedy Town, and I fell in love with that area for the ease of transportation, the food that offered there. I remember when there wasn't even an MTR station in Kennedy Town. I remember when you had to get around by bus or taxi or something like that. So this bar it's called Dead End. We're a Americanized style dive bar where you can come, feel comfortable however you're dressed, not spend a lot of money on your drinks, and feel like this is your second home. We have a lot of regulars who come day in and day out every single day that we're here, maybe for one drink or two drinks, grab some food like our hot dogs, but it's not supposed to be a fussy place. You have fun, you feel comfortable. We throw a lot of DJ events, we have a lot of parties with different suppliers. It's supposed to be a fun and casual place. So over time, we've added more paintings to this bar. It started very blank, and it just took us time to decide on what we wanted. The top picture is actually basically photos or paintings of all the staff at this bar, and then the staff at our other bar called Penicillin. It's supposed to be like the last dinner, and we're all in it. It's just supposed to be a easygoing, fun thing. And then the painting right here is actually the logo of a Indonesian rum brand called Nusakana. And we use them in a few of our cocktails, even in our slushy machine, our frozen cocktails basically. And We've have paintings basically covered the bar. I have sometimes random people walking by with cameras and they ask me, hey, can I come in and take photos of the bar because I love the paintings. So it's definitely become a hot spot for, I guess, local street photographers to come by and check out what we have. Yeah, I love it. It's definitely something like this. Without this job, I would have had a different idea of Hong Kong and maybe not have loved it as much, but this has opened me up to a wide variety of friends. It's given me a lot of responsibility. This job connected me to a lot of people in the F&B industry as well. So I know in this area a bunch of different bartenders, bar managers, bar owners, and they're basically like family to me now. For me, it's actually quite interesting when I talk about home. I don't see one place as a home. I see wherever I feel most comfortable. So now I see Hong Kong as my home, but say if I ever leave Hong Kong and I go to America or something, I could see America as my home. It's where I feel most comfortable. I will always keep Hong Kong in my heart. Even before I moved to Hong Kong, I realized that it's tough to make like a 20-year plan, what like my parents' generation would do. I don't really know. I could see myself in Hong Kong, but I have no definite answer to that at that point. It's nothing against the city because I love this place, but it's more just with everything that happened, I don't make any more plans. I take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, just kind of more enjoy the moment and live my life to the fullest no matter what happens.